and the recorder is running. I want to say hello and thank you, everybody. This is Rick. Welcome to the live trading alerts every Monday webinar at 11:45 Eastern. I appreciate everybody being here. Today's date is August 26, 2024. Hello, Ed. Hey, Carly, how are you? So, kind of a soft market today is what I kind of see. There's always something that somebody, says, hey, the market's waiting on this or the market's waiting on that. I do the same thing. And right now, I think the market is a little bit questioning what the NVIDIA earnings are going to be. That's what I think. Is that why the market is kind of soft like it is now? Who really knows? It makes me want to just pop my eyeballs out and pull my hair out when I try to figure out some of the news that's coming, or the possible news of what it might mean. It just drives me crazy. And I keep telling myself, just follow the trend, just follow the trend, just follow the trend. Everything else will take care of itself. So, with that said, let's follow the trend. I don't know if anybody feels the same way I do. The anxiety of all the newsy kind of things coming in that we get, but it does. It gives me a bit of anxiety, and man, that's tough. So, you simply follow the trend, and it's like right now in the SPY here, we're looking at the daily chart. We've got this bearish engulf Thursday. Yeah, this bearish engulf here Thursday. And then Friday, we had no bearish engulf follow through to the downside. We didn't have anything to the upside. Just an inside day, Hiromi day. And now today, we're putting in another bearish candle. So there's a lot of, there's a lot of traders all of a sudden getting real panicky here. And keep in mind, this is a daily chart we're looking at. This is a daily chart we're looking at, and it's only 11:48 in the morning. That's all. We have the most of the day is still ahead of us. So judging you can't judge the daily candle till it's finished. Now, when I say that, traders it's been around a while understand. New traders might not quite understand what I'm saying there. Probably should say it a little bit better. And that is, when I say you can't judge it to the end of the day, it's that last hour of the day that we look at to really, really judge it. Not the last minute of the day, but the last hour, I think you can kind of judge it. Last 30 minutes, you can kind of judge what it's doing here. There's no question. It's giving us reason to be a little bit concerned, and this is what we in the business, and this is nothing I dreamed up. I mean, this is in the trading business. This is the wall of worry that we're in right now. By my standards, which is just mine, the way I look at it, price is still above the T line. The T line is still above the trend indicator. And there is no confirmed sell signal as of yet, okay? So until we get that confirmed sell signal, I'm not going to panic too much. Now, on the other hand, it also means I'm not going to be crazy bullish either, okay? So I think right now might be a good time just to walk a little gently until we see what plays out here. And it could be all about those NVIDIA earnings. That's what I kind of think, but, can I prove that? No, I can't prove that. Absolutely not. So, anyway, the SPY is still bullish here. If we take a look at the Qs are giving us a little more concern because they're playing around with the low end of this downtrend and the low end of that bearish engulf. A close below this bearish engulf right here would be confirmation. on that bearish engulf. And then I think that'll send it down to around the 463 area here. All right. So I think we should just walk a little gently, maybe some longs, some shorts. Remember that cash is a position as well. So think about that, okay? Hey, Tex, do you still have the SPY puts? I think I do. I had a weekend here. Just a minute. Let me check. I do. I do. I do still have those SPY puts, yeah. Yeah, there was a weekend there. Sometimes I forget what I had last week. So anyway, here's some things that we did this morning. And the scanner alerted us on Nike. Now, the Nike has been on our watch list, kind of my super hot watch list, which I really don't have a super hot watch list. It's just been on my mind. It's just in my brain. And I saw Nike kind of ticking up a little bit. And, well, you know what? Maybe now it's time to buy Nike. So I did buy Nike today. And it's one that I believe we talked about it in the pre-market at Hit Run Candlesticks, the live pre-market chat, Nike here. And what I like about it is that it's been up. I mean, I'm assuming everybody can see the bottom and understands everything that's going on back here. You know, we've rallied up, we've consolidated, and we're in that 3-8 trap setup here, close to the T-line, basically. I'm still looking for a higher move up. We were in it, I think right here, and then sold it when it gapped up. Nice money on this. So still looking to make more money on the way up here. So we'll keep an eye on that, and keep those in the room or on our app posted on that. But that seems to be working pretty good. So that's one thing we did. Here's I don't know, let's look at a few charts. Let's look at eBay as an example here. eBay is moving up a little bit. Here we've got this breakout. Here we've got this breakout, and now we're just moving sideways. For a buy on that, I could see that as a buy. I would have to put my stop, pretty darn close up there. I don't want it to come all the way down. But then again, let's see what is eBay? It doesn't move that much. All the way to the T-line would only be 2.25%. So the world's not coming to an end on that. But eBay is setting up here. What else have we got? What else have we done here today? Cliff. We sold some Cliff today. That was a nice one. We talked about this as it started moving up. Oh, you know what? Now, let me talk about this a little bit here. Okay. So Cliff started popping up on the alert, and I'm going to be doing a members webinar on this. I mentioned that this morning. On the pinball setup, but we're going to be using a 60-minute chart pretty much to trade it. But it has to be a pinball setup on the daily chart. And this came about because of the scanner being able to tie multiple things together. And I've been just playing around, and I do that an awful lot. I play around with the scanner, and I thought, hey, let's do this, and shazam, every now and then something turns out pretty darn good. And this is one of those. So like I say, I'm going to do a members webinar on this. And when I say members, because it's a scanner thing, all members of the scanner, anybody who uses a scanner, and then all members of Hit Run Candlesticks will be part of this webinar here. But basically what it'll do is I'll show you how to set it up, and it'll be free for members and scanner folks, by the way. But we've got to have this pinball set up, and I'll cover the pinball setup in a minute if you don't know what it is. But at, you know, basic downtrend, then price starts bumping over the T-line like this. That's one of the requirements. We have to be above the T-line. And then if you go look at the 60-minute chart, there's our rounded bottom breakout setup. And that just, this has turned out to be a pretty nice little scan. And I mean, you can ask Ed. I ask Ed for all kinds of things, and sometimes they don't pan out. You know what I mean by asking him? You know, create little scans for me so I can put it with something else and something else and then something else. And I mean, he's been so kind, and he does that. And sometimes I never use it again. I mean, I'll play with it. It just, oh man, it didn't work out the way I had thought. And this is one of those that really has worked out very, very nice. This is going to be a keeper, this type of setup. So again, where you're using the rounded bottom breakout on the daily, and we'll look at a couple of charts that are set up right now. Or I'm sorry, I said rounded bottom breakout. I mean the pinball setup. Basically what the pinball setup is, let me get this set up for you because this is part of it. Let's do that. Let's put that up there. There you go. So there's, and this is perfect. This has been a perfect pinball setup. Barnful, you've got a bunch of those that didn't work out, yeah. So here's a 34 EMA right here. And what we're looking for is a major downtrend. And then what we're looking for is the price action just to make a relief rally, that's all. Not a major reversal or anything like that, just a simple relief rally. But the relief rally is worth some money. It really is. I mean, you know, to give you an example, we closed half of the, I have to go look and see what it is now. We closed half of the, there it is, of CLF for 21%. And I'm still holding half. Whoops, wrong one. I think I'm at 30-some% now. 35% on the second half. So major downtrend. We're looking for a relief rally, and I'm looking for price to go from above the T-line. So scrape out that bottom, go above the T-line, and then we're looking for the buy, and the target is basically around the 34 EMA, very close to that. And it's not like it's a little bit below. The target is the 34 EMA, but if it didn't make it, don't panic, take your money, for sure. And then what happens is it triggers on the scanner, and then it triggers. You have to have a rounded bottom breakout on the 60-minute chart. I'm sorry, I keep saying rounded bottom breakout. Well, it is a rounded bottom breakout on the 60-minute. And that's what we have to have. So it's a combination of daily pinball setup and a 60-minute rounded bottom breakout. Anyway, that's what we're looking at, okay? So take a chart like, and none of these have been vetted, so we'll see what they look like. Here's and here I'm, just to show you, there it is right there. I'll just make that stay on top. 66, that should be the 60-minute. That was just fat fingers typing there. So here we have a rounded bottom breakout, a pinball setup, doggone it, pinball setup on the daily chart. And one thing we want to do is make sure that how we got there was good. So, if you look at this now on the daily chart, there's a double bottom. You see the bullish W pattern in there. Things like that are very, 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 very helpful. Okay, very, very helpful. So we see that in just a second. I need to bring this over so I can see the chat. I don't know what happened there. And now let's go look at the 60-minute chart, okay? No, I don't want that chart. Here we'll use, we'll do it this way. There we go. Yeah, we'll better do it this way. So here's the 60-minute chart. And you see how now we have, those that are familiar with the rounded bottom breakout, you see how we have that pop up. We're over the 50 period moving average, T-line, trend indicator. See, I hope everyone can see that, see how that might work, okay? I've got some questions here. Rick, how is that scan called? It just, to me, it's just a 60-minute, you know, RBB on a 60-minute, but it has to be a daily. It's not made yet like a canned scan, Carly. It's one that I have to give you the codes on it and everything to set it up. The codes are all there. You know, nothing secretive like that. For all scanner people, they're there. Okay. Yeah. So, but the scanner is able to put, you know, a daily setup with a 60-minute setup, or daily setup with a 15-minute setup, for that matter. I mean, any time frame, you can mix them together, and that's what happened here. Just playing around with it, and I mean, this was an accident find, is what it was. Anyway, it's turning out to be a pretty nice scan, I think. So, hey Pete, on a 60-minute rounded bottom breakout on your CLF as an example, let's go there. Where would the scanner have alerted you? When it's a rounded bottom breakout. So a rounded bottom breakout is when price, the T-line, and the trend indicator are over the 50 period moving average. I'm pretty sure that's the way I have it set up. So it has to meet rounded bottom breakout rules. And yeah, okay. I hope that makes a little sense there. You're right, Mike. Yeah. Yeah. It alerts the 60 minutes. See, this is a 60-minute alert. So let's go look at Hain right here. So you see how we're starting to turn up. See how we're starting to turn up right here? We're setting up for that rounded bottom breakout. The trend indicator is not quite above the 50 yet. Let's go look at the daily chart. And there's your pinball setup right there. See that? Take a look at DXCM. Here's your daily. Look how the chart's been just moving sideways. That's always something you want to pay attention to, how it gets there. Okay, so you've got to have some kind of logic on your charting. For me, it would be, okay, I like that long-term bottoming, and now we have a close over the T-line. There's the pinball end game, is the 34 EMA. It doesn't have to be the end game, but that was the original setup for the pinball setup. And then let's go look at the hourly chart. And here's your hourly chart. And see how we're turning up now. Price, T-line, and trend indicator above the 50 period moving average. Trend indicator is right on it. In fact, on this one, we're above the dotted deuce here, where it failed over here. Now we're above it. Puts the next moving average target about 9% away up here at the 200. So DXCM might be setting up for that move to the upside. Okay. So it's a chart that I want on the watch list. It's a chart that I'll be watching. Thanks, Ames. I appreciate it. On their earnings on Hain. Okay. Appreciate it. Let's take a look at KRKN here, maybe. There we go. So here's the daily. See how we're bottoming out. You get this bullish move, and in this case, you're getting this bullish move here, bullish candle, and now we're kind of flagging back to the T-line. Nice little T-line price above the T-line here. And then we go back and look at the 60-minute chart. There's your rounded bottom breakout. Anyway, it just turned out to be a real nice little scan, and I think I like it so much that I'm going to do, like I say, a workshop on it for scanner users and hit run candlestick members on this. So watch your email. We'll get it set up. It'll be relatively soon. Let's see, Ames. Can we look at Nike again? Yes, we sure can. Go back to the daily here. I think you were on the 3-bar chart. Nope, I haven't looked at the 3-bar chart yet today here. Nope. And the daily chart looks good. Not good to you. So you don't like the daily chart, and that's certainly your choice. That's perfectly fine. That's okay. I'm not sure what you want me to say here or do. Is the 3-bar chart, it says 3-bar chart. No, it doesn't say that. No, I see what you're looking at, but that's not what that means. This is the daily chart. Yeah, this is the daily chart. And if you don't like that chart, hey, that's okay. You know, everyone has their likes and dislikes on when you're looking at a chart. So that's cool. What is a 3-bar chart? The 3-bar chart is actually a 130-minute chart, and what it does is it breaks down the daily chart. Okay, to where the daily candle. In fact, let's go look at the SPY here, where the candle is broken down into 3 equal parts. Okay, that's what that is. So, for instance, today, let's do this. Let me turn this into a frame rather. So today, this is today's. Let me try to do that again. There you go. So far, that's today's daily candle. This is Friday's daily candle, and then this would be Thursday's daily candle. It breaks it down into thirds, is what it does, and it can be a very powerful chart for helping with entries. I think it is very powerful with helping with stops as well. I love the chart. It's one of my favorite charts. Being able to see what today is doing. What today's candle might be doing. If you have more questions here, let me know, okay? Let's see here. Ames the signal. What do you mean signal? If you could help me with that just a little bit, I'd love to explain if I knew for sure. Okay. So, let's see here. What else do we have? Does anyone have any questions at all about the scanner or charts? I didn't really have anything overly planned today other than to share this little thing that I'm doing here with this. And finding these setups, they're good on any time frame, weekly, daily, anything you want to look at. Here's XEL. XEL is trying to break out, but if you look at it on the weekly, it's a rounded bottom breakout on the weekly. So you can set things up on any time frame you choose to use. Okay. Let's see, Ames. The SPY chart makes me think this will be a slow week. Until NVIDIA. I think until NVIDIA reports earnings, which is 2 days away. So I think it'll be slow till that. Yeah. Unless there's any kind of news that pops up or something, then that could change the game. Okay. Rob is looking at PANW here. Looking to go long on this. Is this an example of a 3/8 trap? Yes, and it's actually a very good example of a 3/8 trap. Yes, it is. Very nice here. Price action wise, we've got a nice little rally, pullback and up, higher lows, higher highs so far. Nice pullback to the 3/8 trap area. The trend indicator here is green. You've got price above the T-line above the trend indicator. Maybe the only thing, well, let's look at the weekly here. You can see the weekly looks good, so I'm all about PANW. It looks terrific. Maybe the only negative, which might not be a negative, but maybe a walk gently, walk softly, would be the overall market. You know, that might be the only thing that you might want to just, you know, take that in consideration, is the overall market. And maybe there it's not so much don't make the trade necessarily, but maybe not buy as much. You know, look, trading is all about risk, and we're putting risk on the table, meaning we're betting our money out there. And so sometimes you just, well, you know, instead of putting a $100 chip on the table, maybe we put a $50 chip on the table, something like that. Just, you know, a little lighter maybe, okay? You're waiting for a close over the 3, okay, yeah. And that's a great strategy, Rob. Absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Here is one of I love using moving averages. Absolutely love it. And here's something I'm putting together, and I'm going to keep it a little bit of a secret for now, okay? But Ed created a scan for me just this morning, actually. I've been working on it, trying to get it with the current scans. And this weekend I was working on it. I kept running into the same problem, and I said, well, all right, I'll just ask Ed to make another scan for me. So I'm kind of working on it. And I love using moving averages. I mean, I just love it. I love it because, to me, moving averages are trend lines. I mean, that's exactly what they are. They're just moving trend lines. And they're easy to trade with. They really are. And price, when price starts to move up, let's see here, what color should I make? Let's make this red so it's very visible. When price starts to move up and it gets through one, and I don't have every moving average in the world up on my chart. You could do that. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could do that. But I have what I think are major moving averages, and moving averages that mean something to me, okay? So here's the 200 right in here. When price starts moving above the 200, it's going to go to the next moving average. And in this particular, in PANW, the next moving average would be the T-line. And I see this all the time where, you know, the T-line could, just like this here, see how the T-line, it just rejects price, okay? So once we climb over the T-line, what's the next moving average? Well, in this case, it's the trend indicator, which everybody knows is just the 17 EMA, okay? So we're playing with things like 20 simple, 21 EMA. They're all in that, right in that little box area. So that's the next moving average, okay? So here we are on top of the T-line now. Boom, 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 right? If we fail here, I'll bet you $100 bill we go to the 17. I've just done this so many times that's I just can prove without a shadow of a doubt that's what price tends to do. It tends to move toward moving averages. Here's something else. Moving averages tend to move toward price. They're just slower, okay? So, and if we fail that 17 right there, I'll bet you $100 bill we come down to that 50-period moving average. I would take that bet every single time. Will I lose every now and then? Sure. but I'll win 97, 98 times. I'll take those $100 bills, and the winner of the one or two that I lose, man, I'll strip off a $100 bill to you and say, man, I'm glad I paid you. Glad I paid you. So I love using those. So I've been putting together something here where take PANW, where you get we'll call it a bounce sort of off in this case, the T line, and then we're going to trade the candle after that. Now, everything in the past has to be set up, okay? So everything is already here. So the alert, what the alert will do is it will look for everything, not today's candle, not yet anyway. Look for everything in the past where you get this kind of a bounce off of the T line. And then the alert is today's candle when it does what you want it to do. And there's a couple things you can make it do. I'm actually liking, I think I am anyway, the above the previous day's candle. So it wouldn't even alert for me till it moved over 355.14. So 355.15, it would alert. And if it did that, this is the candle it would have. Now, I'm not saying you have to have this. You can do, I'll show you another way that it will alert to. But this is what the candle would look like. There you go, right there. And that would be my trigger, my alert. The reason I might want to buy it is because buyers are stepping up and they're taking out the previous candle. And that's the whole part of this one. Now, you can also set the scanner up to where it just shows a bullish candle today. My definition of a bullish candle today is just simply an open body candle. In my case, it would be white. Other cases, maybe green, okay? So this would definitely be firing right now. Absolutely, okay? Procter & Gamble. This is one right here, but it's not utilizing the T-line. But it's one very similar. You see yesterday's candle, see how it's down, and now we're starting to move up here, something like that. CNK. CNK would be one. This is probably not the best because I'm looking for, well, now this would be, because right now I think it's set up at 3% off of the bounce area. And we're within that 3% of the bounce area. So it would be one here. And see how we're taking out yesterday's candle. Right now I haven't decided whether I want yesterday's candle to be bullish or bearish. I don't really think it matters, to tell you the truth. So, and I don't want to eliminate good possible trades. EX, this might be a better one. And this is not using the T line. It's using another one in here. But it's fitting the bill. I mean, this is also would be a T line one here, where we're up and then we're getting that bounce activity, and then we're starting to look to the upside. So anyway, this is another one that I'm going to have, one of those classes too for scanner users and setting up. So anyway, I hope that was kind of helpful. Maybe not quite yet. ABT is a chart that we're currently holding, and this is setting up pretty nice here. Still headed for our target up here of 113. I'm going to have to, yeah, still headed up for our target here, 113.70 some. And then after that, being up 1, 2, 3, 4 days, more than likely a little bit of rest, and then the next target is 115 over here. So that's working out pretty good. Apple, I'm still in Apple, and I'm actually considering an add to an Apple. So I'm watching it pretty closely for an add. What might make me add to this? If it turns that candle around there, I think it might, so up a little bit, it might make me add to that. Any questions, anybody? Anything like that? Anything you want to know about, or anything I can share? Any anything I can throw at you? Are we getting a little bit of a market pop here? Just a little something? Not much, if we are. I just noticed scanners start. Well, there's the 60-minute on the SPY. I just noticed the scanner started giving me a lot of green arrows. I noticed that. So there it is, right there. Yeah. Qs are trying. Is that what it is? Yeah, they're trying. They're trying to. There they are. Here's 60-minute on the Qs. Yeah, they're trying. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. South Bay, you're looking at some Lulu. Here's the 60-minute chart, and I think the 60-minute chart is superb. I think that is fantastic 60-minute chart right there. Let's see what the daily is doing, and I think the daily is doing well. Running into the 50-period moving average and all this price action, right through here, probably a little bit of choppiness. So, I mean, that would be my guess. A little bit of choppiness through here, but it's looking terrific, by the way. I mean, choppiness. It's. I mean, a trader you've got to embrace that, otherwise, you'll go crazy. But I like that chart, and I love the 60-minute chart. So, Disney. Oh, Mickey and Minnie. Here, we'll leave it up for now. Disney's getting there, yeah. I don't think Disney is there yet. But then I'm not sure what you might be looking for. If you're looking for some big-time turnaround, no, it's not there yet. If you're looking for a relief rally in a downtrend, yeah. I see the 50-period moving average as a possibility. I do. And maybe even a little something above that. But some great big turnaround, no, I don't see that yet. There's nothing here that suggests that. The weekly chart, that's still very much a bearish chart right now on Disney. Still very much bearish. So let's look at that hourly here. Hourly's looking pretty good. I could see where the hourly could be traded. Just watch for when the sellers start coming in. Pretty sure they'll start coming in. Let's see. What else? South Bay, oh, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, Rob. QW, GW, GWERRE. I'll get it right here. GWRE. There we go. Whoops. Maybe I better look and see what I'm doing here. GWRE. There we go. GWRE. It's trying to get up there, isn't it? It really is. It's trying to get up there. It's a good risk reward type trade, I think, because the risk, my max risk would be maybe somewhere around 145, 35. So we're talking less than 2%. That'd be my max risk. After that, the next thing you want it to do is challenge those highs and break out. The weekly chart looks superb, I think. We've got this belt hold, nice consolidation here. And maybe that's what you really see, and I love that. It looks fantastic. So let's think about this. If we'll call it 153. So what are we talking? 3.5% up there. So maybe a way to attack this chart is maybe to buy it here. There's nothing wrong with that. Or maybe wait till it breaks out. And I think let's look at a monthly. I just want to see if we're all-time new highs, and we are. Let's go back to the weekly chart. So if we wait till it breaks out, the sky's your limit. I mean, there's the moon, go to the moon kind of thing. So I think that's a very nice chart, especially on a breakout. Weekly looks fabulous. I could, you know, the daily doesn't impress me, but the longer term of it does. I hope that makes sense, okay? Thanks, Rob. Let's see, GDDY. Look at that. Look at that beautiful pullback here, engulfing yesterday's candle. Yeah, that is beautiful there. I think we need to get through these tops here. I think we have a bearish statement right here, so we just need that follow through, which that's typical candlestick operation right there. Wow, standard candlestick operation. That just rolled right off. Never heard of that before. And then Nike. Yeah, Nike, that looks great. I love Nike here. Let's see, Rob. Oh, you're welcome, Rob. You're very, very welcome here. Very, very welcome. What else do we have going on? Let me see what I have. What time is it? Oh, we still have time. CPNG really kind of bummed me out earlier this morning, but it looks like it's picking itself up. And now it might even be setting up for a new buy or an add to. Currently own it. Target 2460 up here. But that's popping up on the scanner. What else do we have? Let me look at this over here. Yeah, man, that cliff is still hanging in there. I can tell you now that I'm absolutely 100% going to sell the last half of it this afternoon. Absolutely. Up 37.89%. I'm just not going to risk that any more money on that. Let's talk about that for a second. So what is risk? You know, what's your definition of risk? Most people, most traders, risk is about, I'm here, let me get my tools out here, try this again. Or most risk is, hey, I'm going to buy this right here, and then that red line there. That's going to be my risk. Well, there's another risk as well. And that's like being in a chart that's bullish and being up 37.89%, which is, I happen to think, a lot. Risk is not doing something about it. Now, you have a couple choices. You could easily just move your stop up. That is absolutely a trader's choice. I'm not necessarily one of those guys. I'm the guy that takes that profit and then lets it pull back and then maybe buy it again. So that's where I'm guaranteeing I'm going to close this at the end of the day. And then there's always that risk of, well, what if it goes up higher? You know what? I just made 37.89%. I'm tickled pink. I am absolutely tickled pink. And that's on top of the percentage I already made this morning for closing it when it gapped up. So, all right. Any questions, any thoughts, any ideas? Let's take a look at Riot. I don't know if anybody is interested in Riot. Here we are over the T-line today. Let's take a look at that 60-minute chart. And Shazam, there's our rounded bottom breakout. Look at that chart pattern on the rounded bottom breakout. I love it. Failing the dotted deuce just like it's supposed to. We've got a nice pop up and little kind of a flag pennant wedge trying to form in here. Man, above this 851, this becomes a very nice buy to me. It's actually a good buy right now, in my opinion. I just think the market's a little soft is the only reason I don't really buy it. BMBL might be another one. Look at that 60-minute chart, that rounded bottom breakout. See how we came up right to the dotted deuce here? A little bit of A little bit of rest, and we're trying to get bullish here. Doji continuation pattern setting up. Let's go look at the daily, and bada boom, bada bing, right over the T line. I love this little trade. Yeah, I'll be planning next week probably put together for scanners. So if you are here and you are not a Hit Run Candlestick member, but you have the scanner, you will be invited to that class. There's no charge for it. Where we really break this down and put it together for you. Okay. Any other last questions? If not, we'll call it a day. And I will say thank you so very much for being here. I see the SPY's trying to trying to pick itself up a little bit. We've got a lot of day ahead of us, so let's be a little cautious here, okay? A little cautious. All right, everyone. You guys all take care. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. And I speak for Ed as well. Ed and Live Trading Alerts, okay? Thanks, everyone. We'll see you later. Take care, everybody.